Welcome back to Quests and Quills. My name's Matt, and today we are going to build some barbed wire traps for Trench Crusade. When it comes to barbed wire traps for wargaming, there are lots of different ways of doing barbed wire, but recently I found this material that's new to me, certainly not new material. It's called leaded security wire, or leaded wire, leaded salt, or something like that, leaded wire, and it's used by gas engineers and things like that, certainly here in the UK, because what they'll do is when they come and work on your gas meter or something like that, they'll wrap a piece of this around it for security, and then you put a chunk of lead over the end and you can tell if it's been tampered with. But the good thing about it is that it has a twisted, it's just basically several pieces of wire twisted together, and it has a very barbed wire look at scale. The thing that's always kind of put me off a little bit, barbed wire where you have little twists around it, is that at scale, that would be massive. Those twists would be, you know, as big as like half your head or something like that, which just wouldn't be realistic barbed wire. And this looks really good. So I'm going to see what it looks like when it's built. But I also wanted to do something that was perhaps a little bit more realistic for what barbed wire traps were like in the trenches of World War I, World War II. Now, I know Trench Crusade is an alternative history, but I kind of figure the barbed wire traps are gonna be the same kind of thing. There's only so many ways you can do it, and everybody does the classic X with some barbed wire, and we're gonna have a go at doing that just to kind of create something small. But looking at these pictures, these are what I managed to find online. It's really hard now with the advent of AI to find actual pictures from World War I and World War II rather than AI generated images that have been kind of based on films and things like that aren't necessarily the most accurate. So I'll put these up on the screen for you so you can see them as well. But if you can see here, it's, you know, barbed wire traps were not just things stuck on X's and kind of mounted in the middle. And they work great for scatter terrain, for wargaming, because you can move them around. But I want to make some scatter terrain that looks a little bit more like some of these. I'm going to try and build a little bit like the sniper's nest there. But it's more like these kind of crazy barbed wire nests to stop people going through. I love that this soldier here is trying to get across it by walking on a plank across the top. I think that's brilliant. And I can see that having kind of a gameplay narrative kind of impact as well. So I might try and implement that a little bit. So we're going to have a go at making some different traps today. I'm going to try and keep the video nice and short to keep you all interested. The last few videos, as I expected, haven't had a huge amount of views because they were a little bit left field. So if you do watch this one, you do like it, please, you know, leave a comment, like, subscribe, do all of that kind of stuff. It just makes it feel a little bit more worthwhile. Let's try and get, you know, some views. If I could get to 2,000 subscribers with this video, that would be awesome. I think we're about 1,600 at the minute, so if we can add another 400 subscribers, even better. But let's dig in and see what we are going to do. I have got here some scraps of 2mm bowl supply from somewhere like Hobbycraft, something like that. I'm going to use this instead of cardboard for my bases because we're going to be using sculptor mould, so it'll get quite wet. This stuff doesn't bow as easily, it doesn't bend, it doesn't get soggy. So I'm going to use this for the base. I think it'll just give me a little bit more rigidity. And then base wood, balsa wood, dowels, square dowels, and thinner square dowels. And we're going to use these for the kind of sticks holding up the barbed wire. The first job is going to be to cut some of these out into just rough shapes that can make the bases. So I'll do that, stick some music on, and we'll come back in a minute when I've done the cutting.
Crown Bill the Piper with a bottle of Budweiser. We'll have a wonderful time. All will have.
So once we've cut these out, we need to just use a dot of super glue to stick them together into an X structure. So make them as a little cross. Get some spray activator just to set them off. So, same with this one. Oop. So they will get some extra strength once they're kind of embedded in anyway. So I'm going to super glue these down. If I wanted to do this absolutely properly, I could flatten off the ends so that they stick even easier, or stick even stronger. But I'm going to put sculptor mould on here anyway, and that will hold in the feet, so give a bit more strength to the bottom. So you can see here what I was talking about with the twist. If I just take off one of these twists that's holding it shut. Part of it, I think. So you can see it does have a very barbed wiry look to it. And then so there. And we can wrap it around and we can put it like that.
But you say that you worry, and every night you pray that when I sail I'll safely cross the foam. I've just finished training, and now I have been sent to a shipping regiment. So weep no more, dear mother, I'm working on the coal pile now. I shovel all the day, but nothing moves away, and oh, how the sweat runs off my brow.
Right, now these are quite delicate. They're stuck down, but they're a little bit wobbly. So what I'm going to do before I move on and wrap any barbed wire around these is I'm going to get sculptor mould, and I'm going to put that onto the base of both of these. And I'm just going to mix up normal sculptor mould and just kind of, no trenches or anything, just build up a muddy base around it. So we'll come back when I have done that. Okay, so this is all pretty much dried. Still slightly damp, but it will do. Everything is stuck in place. It's strong enough that I can go around and stick this on. Sticking with the pictures, I'm going to try and create nests amongst here, so it's going to be a little bit messy. I'm going to try and replicate how I think trenches would have been made, how these traps would have been made back then. People weren't going around drilling holes and threading it, making it nice. It was just wrapped round or nailed to it, or in this case super glued to it. So I'm just going to stick the wire across it and try and make some crisscross patterns. People outside are mowing the lawn, so I'm not going to do too much talking because it's going to pick it up on the microphone, I think. I'm just going to go into doing it, and I will see you when it is finished. The next job, once it's done, I'll take it outside and I will give it a prime, so we can get on with some painting and get this finished. So I will see you in a minute.
On the coal pile now.
Right, so first thing, I've raised the table. That's why I look like I'm really low. But I've done that so that I can get this and myself in shot and another weird angle. I primed all of these with black rattle can spray paint, and then gave them a dusting of oak brown by Army Painter. And to be fair, I could leave them at this point. I mean, mud is brown, wood is dark brown, and rusty barbed wire is going to be brown. But what I want to do is just pick out some of the edges just to give it a bit more of a kind of depth, a bit more contrast to it. I'm going to use different colours on the brown, on the mud, as I am to the wood, and then we're going to try and add some orange to the rusty wire just to make that pop. I'm not going to use my kind of the better dry brushing methods that I've been trying lately, following Byron at Artist Opus, kind of with a wet dry brush or damp dry brush and all that kind of stuff. This is just terrain. I just want to get it on quick. So it's not the best technique, but it will work and it will get it on quickly. So I'm going to use browns, and then I've got some of the two thin coats, kind of grey browns here. These are probably going to be more for the mud, bit of a green brown here, cobalt grey. Maybe get a little bit of that on the mud and the wood just to give it that kind of vegetation look. And then some browns on here, some oranges on the razor wire, maybe some creams just for the very edges of the wood. But I don't want to make it look too dry. These are really muddy, dark places.
My boy got in France. My Johnny can land them, for he understands them. Sure he knows the meaning of French as it is. This table de hockey, now that's something naughty. My boy says it ain't, but I know that it is. She said parlez-vous, and she looked right at me. My old man says, darling, wee wee dee dee dee. Oh, look what my boy got in France. Oh, look what my boy got in France. Sure they pinned something on him, for he's a hero. Whatever he did at all, sure I don't know. My Johnny brought home a young wife. Now he's decorated for life. Every time he starts to Hollywood, my old man does the hoochie-coo. Look what my boy got in France. Oh, look what my boy got in France. Oh, look what my boy got in France. They listen, they pinned something on him, for he's a hero. Whatever he did at all, sure I don't know. My Johnny brought home a young wife, and isn't she the darling? He's decorated for life. When she says to me, you comprends pas,